Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Elshai Bashem Kodash, which is Hebrew for all praises to the Most High, God's name, which is Yahweh, in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, with the house of David reborn again in this generation. And Shalom to the 130 Yasharallah, who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. So as I just read, the scriptures have warned us, Israelites, the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, that we cannot trust our enemies. Now, who are our enemies, according to the Bible? Well, it's pretty much every one of the other nations on the face of the earth, okay? It tells us in Genesis, starting at Genesis 10, that there are 18 nations that the Lord recognizes upon the face of the earth today. Meaning that the 197 nations that the UN recognizes all go back to the 18 original biblical nations. Okay? The nation of Israel today would be known as the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, and anybody whose father's lineage goes back to that bloodline. Another nation would be the nation of EDOM, which would encompass all the Caucasians around the world, including the so-called Israelis, which again, they're just like Edomites, but they're just from a different tribe. They're from the top tribe of Edom, that being the tribe of Amalek, because Amalek was the first grandson of Esau, right? Jacob's wicked brother. Now, that being said, like the scriptures say, right, never trust our enemies. And what we just watched was an orchestrated filming of what appeared to be a Muslim uprising in front of a mosque there in London. Now, we all know that Esau right now, he's pulling the plug. He's actually, making things happen. It looks like he's starting to collapse the economy. He's causing uproars in the cities where he's imported mass amounts of immigrants from the nations which he's called war and disruption, creating these refugees, destroying their lifestyle, so that way they had to go apart, right? These Edomites are very cunning and persuasive in their tactics, okay? And the video I just showed you is proof that Esau is orchestrating a lot of what's going on right now in the world, right? Why else would the billionaire Warren Buffett sell off, I think about like almost half, if not more than half, of his stock portfolio? And who else? Jeff Bezos also sold off like 1.5 billion or something dollars while the markets were collapsing, right? It's because these devils are on the know. They're on the inside, and that's because this is all scripted. Yes, it's by the will of the Lord, but He uses His angels on the left-hand side, which then communicate with their counterparts here on earth, that being the children of Satan, or otherwise known by the Bible as the wicked, the sons of perdition, or more precisely by nation, or as you would say race, the nation or race of the Edomites, the nation of Edom, right? Or your so-called Caucasian and Israeli people. Those are the ultimate enemies, okay? And the thing is right now they're orchestrating this deception to take down this old infrastructure and bring up their new world order, where they basically get rid of the Israelites, and then they instill a perpetual slave system with them being on top. But what does the Bible say about getting involved with these uprising and riots and looting and all this stuff? Well, it tells us here, this is Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Okay, so you're not to involve yourself in the things that these people are doing, right? The rioting in the streets, the fighting because you're either pro or anti-immigrant. This isn't the fight of the Israelites, right? This is not for us. This is ultimately the Esau's trap, I guess you say, right? This is the trap that Esau has set up for all the people in the world, to get them to move into his new world order. Okay? Now, us as Israelites, we have to obey the Lord. What does that mean? That means that we can't involve ourselves in the system, don't get involved in the elections. It's a bunch of shams anyway. But right, stay circumspect, right? And, keep your head on a swivel, and know when these devils are trying to persuade you to do certain things, right? Because at the end of all this, Akim, is going to be the mark of the beast, and it's going to be they're going to seek to make you comply with their system, so that you could go to work, so you could get some free food, so you could get some shelter. Okay. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So these devils are doing the most right now, right? They're trying to bring forward their agenda, right? Though they know they're not going to win, they're still going to give it a shot, and in doing so, they're going to pour out some vicious judgment upon the earth. And if you involve yourself around these social justice movements, you go down to riot or do whatever, get involved in this, those people are going to get caught up, and then then they basically fell into the Esau's trap, and they're going to either get processed through Esau's bureaucracy system, his legal system, right, or you're going to get basically judged by the Lord because you did something you're not supposed to. You've meddled with the affairs of heaven. This is 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And that's ultimately what all this is leading to, Akim. These devils ultimately want to set up this trap, this snare, this jinn. Because you see, this is how Esau brings in the martial law. He brings in the draconian laws. He brings in the reason to have a biometric ID system, right? Trump said it himself, right? He's going to complete this biometric, ID system, and it's going to work in the land, the air, and the sea. And it's all going to be tied to an implantable microchip. Because what's going to happen is they're going to initiate some sort of, papers system, just like they did in Nazi Germany, right? You had to walk, you travel around, and it was papers, please, and that they're going to do the same thing here in America, right? But they're going to want to use those real IDs, and they're going to, set up some sort of, checkpoint system in cities, so that way if you're not supposed to be in those 15-minute cities, you got to go back to where you came from, and, all that stuff. But on top of that, they're going to ultimately let some sort of scam or some sort of, intrusion occur, where you're going to have a bunch of people, more likely immigrants, be caught with a bunch of false identities, right? These false identities that they're going to push on the people. And then what is that going to require? That's going to require a biometric type of link. They're going to say, well, we try to have these IDs on the outside. We try to have it on your phones. But all these criminals, they keep, making false copies and false IDs. And and then Esau's going to do the same thing. He's going to cause some sort of, false flag. And he's going to blame whatever group, whatever the song of the hour is, right? Whatever group he wants to blame it on. But the point being is that eventually they're going to want to take that ID and put it into your body. And what's that? Well, that's Revelations 13 and 16. The mark of the beast, the implantable RFID chip, which they're going to try to put in your hand or in your forehead, like what we're seeing with Neuralink and all these other brain implant companies, which are all of a sudden starting to come out now in these last couple of decades. And why is that? Well, because it's all biblical, Akim. But we all know this, right? I'm preaching to the choir. But either way, okay, I just wanted to show this video because I know right now Esau's trying to make it seem like London's falling, right? But that shit, I'm sure if you go out to like the outer skirts of the city, you don't even fucking hear anything about like Muslim attacks. This is all orchestrated by these devils to make it seem bigger than it needs to be, so that way they could then cry wolf and, like I said, require that laws be changed to fulfill a new, safer world, right? What do they say? Nobody's safe until everybody's safe. See, these devils, they use little like catchphrases like that, which sound all well and good, but ultimately to achieve it is it's a police-like draconian state, right? That's the thing, right? They're gonna lock everybody down so that way everybody's safe. But like I said, Akim, hopefully this video is edifying. Until next time, I want to give all honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakal Kodash, Shalom.